Right. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to show you how to do good clinical photographs for... We're going to use these retractors, but it's always nicer for the patient if we put some gel on the retractor so we don't hurt the lip. My favorite type of gel is strawberry jam, and usually kind of the patients also like it. So we can link the chair down. And what you really want is about a 45-degree angle.
Am I up here?
So I usually at this stage prefer if it's my assistant applying. And the good thing about strawberry jam is that it's also red. Now on the 45-degree angle, and by the way, I have these bouncers. They're from Organic Dentistry. There's a Facebook page that sells them. So what you really want is on that 45-degree angle, then you ask the patient to smile. Can you please smile, please, sir? And you take, it's important to always take first a picture of... I don't know. It's just no. When the camera is not working, I think which sometimes can happen, what you can do is just to use your phone. And it's important to do it on the landscape mode. And you can take the phone to take the photos with your phone. And there's a really good option there for those of you who have iPhone to use the portrait mode. It sometimes doesn't go in focus. Okay. So this step I usually like my nurse to do it, is we're taking the impression. We're going to use alginate.
On your teeth.
Because it's easier, better quality.
Because the doctor said that. Dr. Costa said that.
Look.
Open your mouth.
It
Open
sets.
your mouth.
It sets.
It sets. Sorry.
Alright, up Diana, up.
Shut up.
Not all patients are compliant, but sometimes we can still do a pretty good job.
Sorry. Take that. Sorry, it's not my fault. You know, some people, they do that and they are okay. Why are you complaining? I don't understand. Look what you done, babe. How should I send this to the lab? Yeah, it's very good, I think. We can send to the lab. Do you want me to floss for you? Yeah, don't worry. We book you for hygienist.
Okay.
Next appointment. We have both very good hygienists. Jennifer, okay. We book you downstairs with reception. We have a very nice guy.
Let's do it again, okay?
No.
So after we're taking the patient's photo, I am now going to show you how to make a digital smile design on the budget. In this case, I'm using an application called Keynote. If you are a Windows user, you can do the same on PowerPoint. A digital smile design will be useful for the technician to do what we call the wax up, which he does it on the model, which is... So, as you can see, the strawberry jam is pretty useful as a lubricant because it being red, you know, if there was any kind of blood on the patient's lips or gums, you wouldn't really know it. So the first thing is we don't really want to see the full face of the patient. So you want to just expand the image a bit more. You want to mainly see teeth, right? We do it a little bit more like this. Maybe this is okay now. But it's a bit tilted. So you go here on arrange on the right hand side, top right. And then you kind of try to rotate it slightly until you think it's more or less straight, which I think it's the case now. Very good. Then you go here on shape, you press on this button here that looks like and you start drawing, you know, the future teeth. So in this case, we're going to do some gum correction on this patient. And we just start drawing the future central incisors. We want them a little bit longer. And don't worry if you make a little mistake, you can correct it afterwards. That's more or less the shape. So here I'm gonna just drag it a little bit down here and drag it there as well. Okay. And now you have more like the shape of a normal central incisor. But you then want this to be completely symmetrical. So what you do here, you copy, paste, okay? You can then move it to the other side. As you can see, it's not symmetrical at the moment, but on the right-hand side, you can flip the image. And there you go, you have a perfectly symmetrical central incisor. Now we can go for the lateral incisors. Here we really are going to something that's, you know, I would call Hollywood smile. So we do it like this. Maybe there's a bit of a sharp corner. I'm going to just soften it. That was too much. Okay. Sometimes it's just better to leave it sharp, you know. And there you go, the lateral incisor. Let's go for the canines now. Now there's a common misconception that carnivores have the longest canines in the animal world. But it turns out that primates are the species or the group of species, family or whatever, that has actually the longest canines. And within the primates, there's an interesting correlation, which is the longer the canines, the more likely that that group of primates exhibits monogamic behavior. So I'm going to make here canines that are pretty big because I think his girlfriend's going to be happy. We're doing the same thing here for the lateral and for the canine. You see this lateral here, for instance, has a bit of gum recession, so you really want to make the tooth a bit bigger there. Okay. And that's about it. That's the digital smile design that's going to help my technician to create a new smile for this patient. Thanks for watching.